everyone. Yes, this video here, I would like to talk about what is this? You need to hide your accent. You need to hide your accent. I was pretty inspired to make this video. I got a message from a subscriber of mine by the name of Rob, and yeah, he basically told me that he's been learning like several languages and whatnot. He goes to this Live Mocha, I believe that's the name of it. And he said that he had some conversations with, you know, some foreigners and whatnot, and some of them were telling him, that he needs to hide his accent and some other stuff like, oh, you need to control your American accent and all this good stuff. I mean, like, look, I talked about this before, you know, accents and whatnot, and I think accents are good. They're okay, but it's not something that's important when learning a language. I can go on all day about this. I can keep making videos about this. Accents aren't important when it comes to communication and making friends. As I you know, as I said before, like most of the languages I study, I already know I have foreign accent. Pretty much all the languages that I speak, I sound like a foreigner. But does that, I mean, it's not stopping me from learning languages. I don't care, because it's already embedded in my mind that that's not something that's important. Like, I'll go back for Chinese. When I first started learning Chinese, I didn't have an accent. I didn't have a Beijing accent. I didn't have a Taiwanese accent or whatever. I may use certain words that's from, you know, oh, they use that in mainland China or blah, blah, blah. But when you hear me speak Chinese, I have an accent like American. You could tell that I'm a foreigner. Okay? But all those times that I've been practicing with those Chinese people, I've never had one, maybe behind my back, but I've never had a Chinese person tell me something like, you have a bad accent. I can't understand what you're saying. Your accent is terrible. You need to fix your accent. All these Chinese people I've met, they enjoyed the conversation. Like, they just enjoyed it. They like the fact that I went outside. I decided to go outside the box to learn another foreign language, especially a language like Chinese. You know, coming from English. You know, they enjoyed that. You see, they didn't have a problem with a bad accent or whatever. They enjoyed it. They liked the fact that I you know, that I'm learning Chinese. I decided to learn Chinese. So from there, you know, maybe I had a few people say something like my tonations were off, but it wasn't that bad. They say, oh, you should work on the tonations. But in Chinese, tonations, that's, you know, having the correct tones, that's important in that language. But accent is not really that important. So I just kept meeting Chinese people and, you know, talking with them in Chinese, and they have fun, they enjoyed it. I got invited to dinners, and I mean, it was a lot of things. Okay, now if I sound like a native of Chinese, now of course they will be surprised. They're going to be surprised. They're going to still be surprised. They're going to be like, oh wow, you sound like this. But I think it's the same. It's not going to be that much difference. If I sound like a foreigner and this guy sounds like a native, I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same. Maybe they'll be more impressed with this guy because he speaks with a native accent, but our level of communication and whatnot, like just the fact that we're able to speak with these Chinese people is pretty much the same. You know, it's just his accent is better than mine. But the fact is, I'm able to communicate with him, you know, just like he can. So, just I don't think that's very constructive, telling someone they have a bad accent. Okay, that's not very constructive. And what's funny about it, no, what's ironic about this is these people, a lot of these foreigners who tell people that they have bad accents in their language, when they speak English, they have a, I mean, I don't like to judge people criticizing, you know, about their accents and whatnot. A lot of these people have bad accents. I don't really care. Like, as long as I can understand you, I'm fine with it. Like my wife, she has an accent when she speaks Chinese. I don't tell her, oh, you have a bad accent, you work on it. I can understand her 100% of the time. She may say some things like she may mispronounce them, But overall, I can understand what she's saying. I'm not going to sit back and criticize and tell her that you have a bad accent, you need to hide it. That's not constructive at all. Okay? So the communication is the most important thing. And these people, they say stuff like that, and they don't even have a good accent. They don't have a good accent in the language that they're studying, ironically. But they're criticizing others who come learn their language. I mean, what is that? That doesn't make any sense. So those of you, this seems to be a problem for a lot of people who are wanting to learn language. They're scared that they don't want. They're scared that when they start, they're going to sound like an idiot or a moron. Right? You guys know who you are. But you know what? You got to have the courage. And you know, quality, I look quality up here in this dictionary, and they have all these different interpretations here, these different meanings. Okay, so quality, something such as courage, intelligence, or loyalty that people may have as part of their character. You see? So something such as courage. You already have the courage to step out of the box, okay, to learn somebody else's language, especially if you're a native English speaker. I don't know how many people I meet on a daily basis tell me, oh, you don't need to learn all those languages, just stick with English. It's redundant to learn those other languages. I don't know how many people I meet as, you know, those type of people that think that way. I don't know how many I meet on a daily basis. Okay, they don't have the courage to step out of the box, okay, to learn other languages. Okay, this is part of quality. Okay, this is part of quality. Something such as courage, intelligence, or loyalty that people may have part of their character. So that's already quality there. You stepping out of the box to learn another language. Being intelligent enough to learn another language. Being loyal, well, yeah, to whatever language you're learning or whatnot. You have this courage to learn whatever language you're learning. Some people may say, oh, you have a bad, that's quality. See, a lot of these people in this language community, they talk about this quality thing. They say quantity over quality over quantity, whatever. But a lot of these people, they're probably mainly talking about like this, the accents or whatnot. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about. Okay, that stuff, when you start talking about stuff like that, that is not constructive. It is not motivating people to learn anything. Okay, so if you fall into this category, I would suggest you to leave it alone, get out of this category, because you're not doing anything to encourage people to learn languages. Okay, and I always talk about this. We need to, when we learn language, we want to encourage others to learn languages. We want to encourage them and motivate them to learn languages. This is what I do. Okay, I do this because I know how it feels to want to. I know how it feels to want to learn a language. You know, so this is great, and it's worth doing. So accents, you should hide your accent. Blah 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 blah. I wouldn't even pay attention to those people, because most of the time they don't even learn other languages. They don't. Okay, and they don't have the courage to go beyond their limits. They have a certain limit, and they're stuck there, and they don't want to go past that. So I would just say, just keep on moving on. You know, keep learning languages, and forget what other people say. If you have a accent, you don't sound like a native, hey, it's not the end of the world. But you will be able to still communicate with those people, and they will be impressed. Especially if you can speak fluently. If you can speak fluent, you know, you converse with these people, they're going to be impressed, despite having a bad accent. So, yeah. So I know I talked about this before, but I try to keep some motivation going here for most of you. I know a lot of you will get discouraged when you hear this, and that's why I like to put my videos up on YouTube. Like, you know, at the beginning, whenever I start learning language, I like to make a video speaking in that language, because I know at the beginning stages I'm going to sound, it's going to be real sloppy. It may not be perfect. They're going to understand me, but the accent is going to be off and whatnot. And I want people to see this. I want people to see that it's okay to sound like that, especially at the beginning. It's okay. It's not a problem. I don't know how many videos I got up here on YouTube's Arabic, for example. Arabic is my most viewed video, okay? And I still can't believe I had that many views on that video, because I don't even think my Arabic is that good, especially my accent, you know? So it's amazing. People, you see, that's a good example. I don't have a good accent in Arabic. I sound like a foreigner, and I got like almost 200,000 views on my video, on that video alone. That Arabic video, okay? I'm not boasting or tooting my horn, but the point of me bringing that up is, in that video, that was just a basic introduction video, and I sound like a foreigner. And people enjoy that video, and they send me messages every day telling me, "Oh, I appreciate you going out learning a different language like Arabic. I enjoyed watching your video." Okay, I don't have the best Arabic now, but I almost have 200,000 views on that video. People enjoy. They enjoy watching that video. They like to see an American guy go outside the box and learn a language like Arabic. Okay, so hey, that's what it is. So again, you need to hide your accent. That's rubbish. Just keep on going, and you know, just keep learning languages. You'll be successful. So don't worry about it. You'll be all right. That will conclude this video, and yeah, look forward to you guys' comments.